Nick used the rope he brought to strangle the administrator's neck. He quickly died from suffocation. Wearing gloves during the crime, Nick used the same method to type Amy's nihilistic poems on the computer. Laura, who had been waiting for the administrator to come out, sensed something was wrong. When she found the landlord and entered the administrator's room, what they saw inside shocked them both. Nick had staged the administrator's death to look like a suicide out of guilt. Nick escaped by climbing over the wall and took the yearbook with him. The police who arrived believed that the administrator was Amy's killer because he had a clear motive, a crime of passion. When he realized his secret had been discovered, the administrator ultimately chose to commit suicide out of guilt. With this, the case was finally closed. Although Amy's case was solved, Laura hadn't yet overcome the grief of losing her sister. At this time, a friend planned to visit her. No one expected that this person was actually Nick. Nick had quietly approached Laura over the past 6 months and became her friend. Unaware of the truth, Laura was captivated by Nick's handsome appearance and gentleness. He successfully won Laura's heart. Their relationship grew increasingly intimate. After spending some time together, Nick proposed to Laura. Laura brought Nick to meet her father. Nick lied that his parents had unfortunately died in a plane crash and that he was an orphan. This way, Nick could conceal his past. With a seemingly sincere heart, Nick moved Laura's father. Nick smoothly married Laura. Everything was proceeding according to Nick's plan. However, a phone call made Nick sense danger again. Amy's friend Mary called Laura. She seemed to know who Amy's mysterious boyfriend was, but Laura wasn't home, and Nick answered the phone instead. Mary hadn't seen Laura for a long time and didn't know that Laura's husband was Nick. Nick claimed he would relay the message to Laura. To prevent his plan from being exposed, Nick secretly went to the hotel to find Mary. Pretending to be a hotel staff member, Nick got Mary to open the door. She never expected to see Nick at the door. Nick immediately pushed Mary down onto the bed. Mary died as he strangled her neck. Nick found the photographic evidence Mary had left. It turned out that Mary had inadvertently captured Amy and Nick together in a photo. Nick took the photos and dumped Mary's body in the river. Laura still knew nothing about this. Mary's disappearance quickly drew police attention. The police came to Laura's home to investigate. Laura stated that Mary had never contacted her. The detective discovered Mary had called Laura's house before disappearing. Regarding this matter, Nick pretended he hadn't received any call. Without obtaining any leads, the detective had to leave. However, Mary's body washed ashore and was discovered by a passerby. Learning about this from the news, Laura could hardly believe it. This made Laura begin to doubt, because Mary, whom she rarely contacted, suddenly called her, surely to tell her something important. The two had only become acquainted through Amy's situation. Laura thought the consecutive deaths of the administrator and Mary were too coincidental. All of this seemed to be related to Amy.